Thank you so much to our ethnic media representatives for joining us here today. We are here as CPACS staff to speak out against corruption, and that is what was shared in our media advisory. My name is Victoria Nguyen, and I serve as the Chief Officer of External Affairs. And now I would like to invite our CEO and President, Dr. Jung-Ha Kim of CPACS, to come up and provide her remarks. And I'll go ahead and introduce her now.
Good morning. Thank you for being here at CPACS on short notice. I trust that you know that we could have gone to mainstream media to tell our stories, but we didn't. We decided to come to you first because we consider you as our partners in serving the same communities. You have linguistic and cultural competencies of our communities of accountability, and our communities rely on you. Therefore, we have chosen you to be our line of witnesses. You are our line of protection. You are our line of interdependence. And you are our line of truth-telling. The statement that I'm about to share with you today is coming from the staff who are here and who are not here with us. And I am a little bit self-conscious to speak prior to the sharing of statement because the statement mentions my name. But no matter. As the current CEO of CPACS, I would like to welcome you as our partners. And I would like you to remember always to turn to the sources and the facts as a professional and trustworthy journalists. We may not be able to disclose everything in detail today due to the ongoing investigations. But please know that this day marks the new beginning and new phase at CPACS. And what you are witnessing today here are the faces of CPACS' future. People say that in times of crisis, leaders rise up to fight for basic human rights. And what you are witnessing today is the new leadership, the future of CPACS, sharing their struggles and dreams for the community. There is a saying that only if we understand can we care, and only if we care can we help. And when we help, then can we together survive through anything? And we are asking you to understand, care, and help us to survive and continue to thrive as CPACS for our communities of accountability. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you again, media, for joining us today. I'm Victoria Nguyen, and again, I serve as the Chief Officer of External Affairs at CPACS. Some of our community members may have received a request for an open letter in different languages in the community. I will now share this issue statement from our staff. With heavy hearts, we are informing our communities about improper conduct within CPACS and our Cosmo Community Health Center, our CCHC, Cosmo Community Health Center. The Board of Directors does not embody the spirit and mission of CPACS and have gone above and beyond to silence opposing voices. We are left with no other choice but to inform our communities of their failures to govern and their active role in cheating our staff and our communities. On May 27th, 2021, the Board of Directors unanimously approved Dr. Jung-Ha Kim as our CEO of CPACS. July 1st, 2021 marked Dr. Kim's official start as CEO, and staff felt an immediate difference under her leadership. Hopeful for the future, respected as people, and re-energized to support our communities. To Dr. Kim's dismay, she was thrust into the same problems that caused her to walk out from CPACS in 2015. In hopes of correcting long-standing problems, countless emails and meetings to discuss unethical behavior were ignored and suppressed by our current board of directors. Regardless of reports from numerous investigations conducted by third-party legal firms that have revealed the wrongdoing, the board of directors continues to label serious concerns as only allegations and have taken swift actions to remove dissenting board members and also CEO Jung-Ha Kim. In response to initial findings, the board of directors hired another law firm to discredit the investigation. In a span of 3 months, 3 investigations from 3 different separate law firms were conducted. Although the scope and purpose were different, all 3 provide a glimpse of tyrannical style of leadership built on dishonesty and toxicity that staff experienced before Dr. Kim came to CPACS, before her tenure here at CPACS. Staff have been silenced by isolating and intimidating those who asked too many questions about finances or offered too much of their opinion, and many of those staff were those who signed the open letter. Unsurprisingly, the board of directors exhibit these exact qualities and uses the same tactics to bully those that stand in their way. Board meetings are absent from any rules of decorum, and the bylaws are weaponized to silence those that challenge the lack of process. Board meeting minutes were edited without board approval to support narratives for the purported co-CEO structure and to fabricate board motions that were never voted on. Without respect for a system of checks and balances, board meetings have turned into a circus of screaming and shouting. On July 19th, 2022, the board of directors were provided an opportunity to hear directly from staff about their concerns. After a year of inaction, suppression, and deceit by the CPACS board of directors, CPACS staff's demands are clear, and here are the staff's demands. Do not remove or terminate Dr. Jung-Ha Kim as CEO of CPACS. Complete separation of CPACS and CPACS Cosmo Community Health Center, or CCHC, with 2 separate board of directors. Third, remove CPACS Cosmo Community Health Center, or CCHC, from CPACS Employer Identification Number, or EIN. Number 4, do not transfer any funds, assets, bank accounts, departments, and programs from CPACS here to the Community Health Center, Cosmo Community Health Center. And 5th, resignation of all current members from the board of directors from CPACS. And those are the 5 demands from our CPACS staff. The board of directors have shown no willingness to engage staff in discussion or meet our demands. Instead of answering our pleas for leadership with a strong sense of courage, morality, and duty to this organization and to this community, the board of directors decided to actively silence our voices and assist in concealing unethical activities. The board of directors have given us no choice but to reveal to the public their disgraceful actions to be judged by our communities and by you. Throughout the years, countless CPACS leaders have walked away in tears and silent protest with the understanding that exposing the wrongdoing of a few would jeopardize decades, more than 40 years of the hard work by our staff and essential services for our beloved communities. Our dedication to our communities and our work were used against us to systematically isolate and remove dissenters or potential whistleblowers from our staff. We will not remain silent. We will break the cycle. And on behalf of our community, our staff want to make sure that we are transparent to the communities that we serve, and that we serve and work with, and that we will no longer stay silent. Here are the ways you can support our staff's efforts from our staff. We are working for the community support, working and asking for the community support for holding our board of directors accountable to what's happening at CPACS. The list of board of directors can be found on the CPACS website at www.cpacs.org. The board director has responsibilities to protect, to serve, and to ensure the agency follows laws, regulations, and are in compliance with federal and state guidelines. Within a few hours, there has been more than 350, close to 400 supporters to the petition and open letter that you have in front of you, made up of CPACS staff, former staff, community members, board members, former board members, and CPACS supporters. Our staff asks that you sign the petition. This concludes the issued statements from our staff. And due to pending investigations and protected documents that I have mentioned, we are not able to further entertain questions. And we thank you for coming today, and thank you for joining us as we fight for justice and to speak against the corruption here at CPACS. Thank you.